Morning, everyone. Unfortunately, it looks like this is going to be the way it's going to be for the rest of the year. Hoping to get back and see everyone for May and for the remainder of the year, but it looks like this is going to be it. So for this week's assignment, what we're going to do is we're going to continue piggybacking off of what we've done for the past couple weeks in making your own photos and taking your own photos. For this particular week, we're going to really get into using Pixlr for everyone. So let me first explain the assignment and then show you a couple knickknacks about Pixlr.com itself, and then I'll set you guys loose. So for the assignment, what I'm asking you to do is, a couple weeks back, I asked you to take your own photos. And in particular, I asked you to take 5 photos of the same object or thing. Those images that you needed to take needed to be obviously a person, place, thing, something consistent, and it needed to be done 5 photos, 5 different days at different angles, different times of the day, and certain items. Now, what I'm asking you to do with those particular 5 photos is then take them into Pixlr.com and make a very simple collage out of them. So very simplistic. You can design the collage in any way, shape, or form. You can manipulate the photos any way you would like, but I just want you to get in there and open up the photos and create them in a collage, simple collage in Pixlr.com. All right, so that's the assignment. Now, let's jump to Pixlr.com. I'm going to jump over to the actual software itself. So when you go to Pixlr.com, the link is in Google Classroom. This is what you will get. Now, I'm going to show you how to basically open up the photo in 2 different ways. One thing I actually really do enjoy about Pixlr.com is the way that you can upload a URL straight from Google or any other search engine that you wish. But I'm going to show you how to do it the traditional way first, that we've always done it in Adobe. So you would come here to Open Image, all right, and it would go to where you have your file saved. I have dreaming of a lovely beach in Fiji, so that's the file I'm going to open up. And it gives you very similar items that we have had in Adobe Illustrator. All right, your toolbars are over here on the left-hand side. If you put your cursor over top, it tells you what it does, and it's nice because it actually gives you a little bit of an example of what it does. Your navigation window, just like Adobe's right there. All right, your layers, all right, same deal, as you have to unlock those particular layers if you ever want to do any work to them by double-clicking on the lock. Do not click on the little arrow, or else it will remove the layer as a visible one. And then you obviously have your history window, just like we have in Adobe. All right, things are very similar to that extent. We don't have some of the bells and whistles, but we have some of those items. So I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to show you the other thing that I think is really cool about Pixlr, is you can actually upload that URL. So I'm going to click on Upload URL, and it gives you the option to put in the address. So right here is the beach image that I picked. All right, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to, copy image address. It's the important one. I want the image address itself. And I'm going to come over back to Pixlr. I'm going to paste that image in there, and it will open it up in an editable file just like it did on the other one. So I think that's a very awesome feature. Now, and obviously you can toggle back and forth between various photos if you wish. Now, how do you save this particular file? I'm just going to go over this very briefly. So File, Save Image. Obviously, we always title it. Okay. Now, if you are done and turning it in, a JPEG is always what you want to go with. All right, a JPEG file. If you are not done with this image, okay, if you are still working on editing this image, the PXD version, okay, the PXD is the editable format, okay? So it is important that you save it as an editable format. When you used Adobe, Adobe's default saving format was called the PSD, if you remember. It was what you could use to open it up time and time again, and you could continue to work on the photo. The default for Pixlr is JPEG, which means it's completed, it's final, it's a compressed file. If you want to still go back and work on it, you need to save it as a PXD, and it will download to your computer. And then you would have to open it up just like you would, just like we did earlier. You would upload that particular file, and you would be able to have all of your individual layers and all of your work over there, and you could continue working on it. From there, turning it in is exactly the same. You just attach it into Google Classroom like you did all of your Adobe stuff in the third quarter, and you go from there. So that is kind of a very brief tutorial on how to use some of the basic stuff in Pixlr if you have not used it already. And that is your assignment for week 5. If you have any questions, don't forget I have open office hours every single Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. If that is not a good time for you, or you are having issues and need to get in touch with me, just email me and we will set up a time where we can either converse via email, or we can set up a video chat if you wish, and we can get through any problems that you might have. Hopefully everyone is staying well and healthy, and hopefully talk to you everyone very soon.